Hey, I'm Philip, your tech expert at uBreakiFix, and today I'm going to share some tips on how to save your water-damaged phone. The most common way that I see phones water damaged has to be going swimming in the pool or going to the beach. Salt water, chlorine, chemicals like that can actually increase the odds of your phone becoming severely corroded and make it so it's a lot harder to save. Timing is critical when your phone gets exposed to water. I would say if your phone is on for a few minutes after being exposed, the chances of it being saved are a lot lower. The type of liquid that the phone is exposed to can definitely make it for a better or a worse situation. Salt water is probably the most corrosive liquid that you can expose a phone to. But likewise, chemicals like chlorine, things commonly found in pools, can also eat through the adhesive on your phone and cause the phone to become water damaged a lot faster than, say, fresh water like would be in a sink or a toilet. Some DIY tricks that I've seen people try is they'll use blow dryers, or they might pop their phone in an oven to try to dry it out. Blow dryers and things, they don't dry the moisture out of the phone. It just kind of heats the device up, and same with the oven. It can actually cause battery issues and cause the battery to fail. Not to mention just extreme exposure to heat is never a good thing for a phone. I see a lot of people tend to put their phone in rice. That's a myth. It doesn't actually fix the issue. If anything, it just gets grains of rice stuck in the charge port, and that's another thing we have to clean out. The first thing I would tell someone to do when their phone gets wet is to turn the phone off. We don't want any electricity running through that device when there's water exposure. Wrap it in a dry towel so that we can get any of that moisture that's on the outside of the phone off and keep it from getting into the device and causing additional damage. Otherwise, bring it to your local uBreakiFix so we can open that device up and get that water out of there. The most common question I get around water resistance is whether or not it's a marketing gimmick or if it actually means something. Manufacturers have developed the IP water resistance rating to determine how far a phone can be submerged before it runs into issues. The IP68 rating that most phones have nowadays allows it to be submerged for a certain depth for a very certain amount of time, but anything deeper or longer can result in a phone just ultimately failing. For a phone that's never been damaged before, has never been repaired before, if it were to be dropped into water, say 3 feet for 5 seconds, you should be able to pull it out, dry it off, and not have too many issues. If you do have a phone that has been repaired before or has been submerged for a longer period of time, then you run a higher risk of that device failing. Some things that I would recommend that would actually protect your phone from potential water damage would be getting it in a good case or having some good accessories on hand for when you do go to the pool or to the beach. There are several cases out there that do offer water resistance via seals and other types of covers for your ports. And there's also waterproof phone pouches out there that you can get that you can clip onto your purse. We see videos and advertisements of phone manufacturers claiming their phone can take photos underwater. But if we read the fine print on the bottom of those videos, it says, do not attempt. We don't want to fully submerge our phone for any reason on purpose. You can take pictures outside of the water, but if you run into the water with your phone, there's a good chance it's going to get wet and it could potentially get damaged. Absolutely under no circumstances should you try any of those online DIY tips like putting it into a bag of rice or drying it off with a hair dryer, and by no means should you try to open your own phone, because you could potentially run the risk of damaging other components or making that water damage go further into the device and making things worse. Visit uBreakiFix.com or your local uBreakiFix by Asurion store for diagnostics, repairs, and more. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips about your favorite devices.